Hey guys, sorry if I sound a little out of it. I just had my lunch/dinner and I waited all day to eat. I had some cookies earlier, but I waited pretty long to ingest my food because I didn't want to really get caught in that traffic with bike week. You know, all these bikes out here. But anyway, I want to resume my story. And like I said, I'm not looking for sympathy. I appreciate all comments, don't get me wrong. I love all comments. But I'm just doing this for in any case that I may die unexpectedly or something may happen to me where I can't function. I'm brain dead or I can't talk anymore. I want my story to be heard. No matter who likes it, who disagrees. I'm speaking about my family. I just want to put it out there. And I'm gonna say this again. If you have a story, stop selling your story to these channels, to these movies, to these big, like these big companies that like people who sell their stories to Fox or to ABC or Warner Brothers or whoever. Protect your story because there is no amount of money that you can put on your pain and suffering. Stop going on Vlad. Stop going on Soft White Underbelly. Stop going on special books by special kids. Stop going on Say Cheese. That's another one. He's the chocolate Vlad TV. You know, stop going on these channels who find homeless people on the street. If you're homeless, stop having people record you, and stop telling your story on YouTube. I mean, it's okay to help somebody, but stop recording people. I've said it so many times. Why can't you just have a dialogue with somebody about their story? Why you gotta pull out the camera, show them at the lowest point in life, and make a profit off of their misery? But that's just the world we live in. Anyway, I'm gonna close the door because it's not as hot anymore. So, my brother was going to I remember this day pretty well. So back in 2008, 13, I remember this day pretty well. So I made a video talking about this. There was a kid, this was on a Thursday. So February 14th, 2008 was a Thursday. I remember this so well. I didn't look this up either, but I just remember what was it? 16 years ago, February 14th, 2008 was a Thursday. But 2 days before that, on a Tuesday, there was a 15-year-old student in California named Larry King, not the guy on CNN. Larry King was shot by a classmate who asked him to be his Valentine. Now, I did a lot of research into the story, and it's not just, it's more to the story than that. But I remember in religion class on that Thursday, you know, she was saying that teen who wore makeup, high heels, and lipstick to school shot by a student, and that reached Philadelphia. It was a big story. So I heard about it 3 years later because I was like, I was just looking on Wikipedia. I'll tell you about how I got into Wikipedia eventually, but I'm looking on Wikipedia, and it was just showing like list of hate crimes. And then this came up, and I was like, I remember they talked about this in the 7th grade, but a 15-year-old boy was shot, and he had a brother who was a victim of bullying as well because of his brother's appearance. And I just thought about that. I just said, don't be 2 days before that. So I was just telling myself, somebody lost their brother, and I almost lost. So let me tell you this. So my brother, one day, he was, I told you, he would alternate from our dad's house or our mom's house. If he left our dad's house, right? If he left the dad's house, he had to leave early, like 5:30 in the morning. So one day, he was on his way, like he was running kind of late from school. He was running like we he was calling because we had phones back then. I had my little flip phone. It was a red Samsung flip phone, and he had I believe, because he had so many fucking phones. Maybe it was a Dash. I don't really remember, to be honest. Because he had a phone called the Blueberry phone, which was like a Dash phone. And he called. So this is what happened. We were worried about him because he usually comes home around, he gets out of school around maybe 2 o'clock. Yeah, it was 2 o'clock he got out of school. He'll travel from Winmore, PA, all the way to Southwest Philly. He should get to our house around like 5:30ish. By the time it was 6 o'clock and my dad was calling him, we knew something wasn't right. So we get a call from our dad. I don't know how they got a hold of all this, but they called him and they said that he's at Children's Hospital. And me and my dad, we just rush. We just take all of our stuff. I had homework that day, but I'm just worried about. Let me just say this: we're not really too close at this point, because I took it a little personal when he didn't really want me at his tryouts, and we were just drifting away because he was, like I said, he was at another high school. He was another school, and we still slept in the same room, but we weren't really close like that. And I remember exactly what I said when I was in the hospital. So we get to the hospital, and he's in the hospital. He's conscious, but what happened was he got attacked on the train. So this is what I really don't know the story, because like I told you, from the time he started high school and preceding that, our relationship deteriorated where we didn't talk. We don't reveal anything personal about each other. Well, he doesn't tell me anything about himself. So I don't really know the details of this story, but I was told that he got off of the train and he was attacked on the train because they wanted to take his phone. His phone was stolen when he was on the stretcher. His phone was taken. They wanted his phone. And he made it his way on the trolley when he got hit. Because he had a big bump on the back of his head. When he got hit, he made his way on the trolley, but he passed out on the trolley. And they wound up, and understand too, I'm just trying to think about it like this. I don't think there were locks on your phone, so you didn't have I guess you didn't have like a password on your phone like they do now. And you didn't have like certain security codes just to access your phone. And they would have had my dad's name on the records because we did go to that hospital. But he was rushed to the hospital, and he was attacked by somebody that wanted his stuff. But from what I heard, because he had like a book lying around, and it was revealing, it's like a little diary. It sounded like somebody he knew, like a girl he was dealing with, got somebody to put hands on him or something. I don't really know the whole story, but from what I was told is he was attacked on the train. He passed out, and he suffered a little bit of amnesia, as in he had like a little memory loss. And there are things that he was telling us at the hospital. Well, he didn't tell me, but he told my mother. Because when you have a brain injury, things that happen to you as a kid they sort of like reemerge to you. And I'm not going to disclose what he told her, but he temporarily had a little amnesia. And like I told you, I wasn't really close with him at the time because we weren't really talking. We weren't really like tight as we were. So I did say this. I can't own him to this. I did say something kind of fucked up when I was at the hospital. I was concerned, but I said, I was like, now we're not going to be able to see the movie this weekend or something like that. I remember I said that, and the girlfriend, she looked at me in shock. But looking back, let me just say this. She didn't give a damn about him. She didn't give a damn about me. She was just my dad's partner. They fucked each other. He never, understand this, he never married her. He didn't never want to marry her. They were just fucking. That's all it was. When you are in a relationship with someone with kids, I can't believe for a second that you care about their children. That is not your responsibility. People may say they have love for you, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. At 29, I know, I'm confident she didn't give a damn about us, and I'm it's okay. But I remember I did say that, and let me just say this too. When people who make it look like they care about children that aren't theirs, what's really the thing about that is they want to control kids. They like to control. They have a problem with like I told you, she was a real control freak. They love controlling people. They don't necessarily want the best for kids. They like to control what they give children and how, and the kind of things. They like to monitor the things that they watch and do and what's around them. They just like to control children, but they don't really care much about that person. Like, because when that child turns 18, they can give one less of a fuck. It's getting a little hot in here. But he was attacked on the train, and the next day, I was excused from my homework. I gave them a note. They called and let them know I was at the hospital. But I stayed there. I never stayed up past 12 o'clock at 13. So I got home pretty late. I believe I went to school the next day. Yeah, I did go to school the next day, but it was just like, it was just a little scary because he stayed there overnight and he was eventually discharged the next day. They cut up his pants, his shirt, everything. And it was so bad. This is when, let me just throw this in here too. We don't know the identity of the perpetrator, but it's safe to assume that it was possibly another black person who hit him and caused him to pass out on the trolley. But my dad, not probably because he wanted to. My mom was real pissed about this. My dad appeared on Fox 29 the next week. He appeared on Fox 29 because he wanted to tell what happened to his son, my brother. My brother was attacked on the train, and he wanted like the whole city to know what happened. So, like I said, my dad, it wasn't embarrassing. He had his uniform on. I can't find the footage, but it was on the news. And my mom was just saying, she was like, she was probably the one that told him to do this. That's because it's like she need to mind her business. My mom was real mad. I told you, my mom was real, like, she was a little bit like Rochelle for everybody here's Chris. Like, early on, she's not like that now. But she was like, she need to mind her damn business. My mom got so mad. And see, I got jumped the year before my brother. And it was funny to everybody. People were laughing. But we was getting calls from people at our house. They was like, is William okay? Oh man, I told y'all the name of my brother. Well, we'll check this out. That's not what I call him. I don't call him that, but okay, William. Yeah, we'll just say William. They were like, is William okay? Because like that's not what I refer to him as. That's not the name. I'm not gonna tell you what I call him, but we were getting calls and calls, and when I came to school the next day, people said, "Yo, is your brother okay? I saw your dad on the news." And I was getting all this sympathy from like teachers, and then my mean ass teacher put a note on one of my Tuesday photos, said I want to know if Will's okay. But yeah, that was he got attacked. To this day, I don't really know the whole story behind that. If anything, no, because after my attack, when I got jumped, I really didn't feel comfortable getting on the trolley. And let me tell you this too. I don't have the words to express it at 13, but I am distinguishing through my mind the distinction between black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. Now, I've never set foot past my own neighborhood, as in I had no car. My only form of transportation was the bus. So anytime I had dealings with people, or if I wanted to go somewhere, I had to be driven there by a parent or whoever. But if I went somewhere, I thought about it twice, as in, okay, it's safe to go and get some chicken from Church's Chicken on Suburban Station. I feel like that's safe, but not as much in North Philly or Fairmount Avenue or Huntington Park. I don't feel like it's safe going there. Or somewhere like, because I really didn't go very many places. I didn't have anxiety like in my neighborhood very much, but I'm beginning to see that there's a distinction between white neighborhoods and black neighborhoods. But I'm just not saying it, but I feel it. Because one time, this is before my brother's attack, when I got a jump, I was so scared to get on the trolley, I didn't even want to walk down to the platform. The security officer, the cop for SEPTA, was asking me, am I okay? I was like, yeah. I was so scared to get on the trolley because the kids were so rowdy that were let out from school. There had to be about maybe 12 different schools on Girard, the train station, Girard. So, and let me just throw this in here too. 2013, about over 20 schools closed down in Philadelphia. Public schools did, due to low academic performance. But I was just so nervous getting on the train, and I'm beginning to see the distinction between just neighborhoods. Like, this is where I live, and it's not necessarily safe. So what I could tell you too is, so just throw in some music. Music is not like gangster rap is pretty much over with, because Soulja Boy killed that whole genre. If anything, ringtones are becoming really popular. Now, I did not know this at the time. I didn't know who sung this song. But Gilly the Kid, the podcaster we know as from the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, he has a hit song in Philly. And I didn't know it was him at the time, but the Get Down on the Ground is a popular song in Philly, mostly with ringtones, because ringtones were like pretty popular back then. Gilly the Kid song is I don't know who's singing the song, but I hear it, and I'm playing it on my phone. I have that ringtone, but I don't know who's by. So because I didn't have, you know what, I recorded the song, because there would be songs, like it was a song called Crank That Batman, but I didn't know who sung the song. But I would play it off of recording, like from another source, but I didn't know who sung the song. But there's no more gangster rap. The Baltimore club music scene is still popular, but it's not really the songs that I told you before. They're not really popping in 2008. I mean, the Wu-Tang is now called the D-Mac. And what else? People are beginning to dress a little more like skateboardish. Like skinny jeans are sort of emerging. Not all at once, because baggy jeans are still popular, but skinny jeans are coming out. Because after the song "Party Like a Rock Star," just looking like a rock star in the black community was becoming popular. Like the Mohawks, really the Mohawks, where everybody had like a Mohawk. If you had like a Mohawk, you'll have like little lines, like designs on the side that was shaven off. I didn't have a Mohawk, just to let you know. And like I said, rap is beginning to change. Soulja Boy is like the most popular rapper of that year, of that time. So I stopped listening to rap because I don't feel like they're really trying to put out good music. Like that whole year, these are a few songs I remember. There's a song called Black Mags by Cool Kids. Oh yeah, Lil Wayne's Carter 3 album was the song of the summer. Millie and Lollipop. And I told you how when you hear a song constantly and you hear that word of that song being played, people will quote that word or that song in their speech, like me. So, well, I don't want to really talk about that. But there was a lot of debates in class on who was the best rapper alive. Was it Lil Wayne or T.I.? People were saying Lil Wayne. I would always say T.I. because I didn't really care for Lil Wayne very much. 50 Cent's career, he's not like popular anymore. Rick Ross is sort of gaining popularity. The song Boss is pretty popular. And I will tell you this, if you don't care for Meek Millz, I don't particularly care for him. But let me tell you a story about Meek Millz. So when I was 13, on a Saturday, mostly a Saturday, probably a Sunday, me and my brother and my dad were driving like in our van, and we were on 52nd and Market, right? This is an old 52nd and Market where the little they had like little blue railings, like blue little poles, like red, blue, and green poles, where they would have like the shops at. If you know from Philly, you know what I'm talking about. The little blue, red, and green poles were like hanging for like on like the awnings of like every business there. So my brother was like, yo, that's Meek Millz right there. We saw him, we were driving and we saw him on the corner. This is before he got locked up. We saw him on the corner. And I was like, okay, the guy who, it was a song called In Your Bag, right? In Your Bag was released in 2010. It appears that it was released on YouTube in 2010. But in all actuality, it was released 2 years earlier. The reason why it was released in 2010 is because he was locked up for a gun charge. He was supposed to be signed. My brother was talking like he was supposed to be the next rapper of the city. My brother was telling me that he's going to get signed by Grand Hustle. And I'm like, this is like the next rapper. And I'm obsessed with Wikipedia at the time, so I'm looking it up and I'm just like, I don't see nothing about a Meek Millz. I never call him Meek Mill. I call him Meek Millz because that's what he was known by. I never said Meek Mill. I can't say Meek Mill. It's like a Player Circle, right? Titty Boy was part of Titty Boy was part of Player Circle, but we know him as 2 Chainz. If you know him as Titty Boy, you're not going to call him 2 Chainz. You're going to call him Titty Boy. So I call him Meek Millz. He's supposed to get signed by T.I.'s record label, but he was locked up, so he messed that up. But he was like supposed to be the rapper of the city, but that didn't go through. Gilly's song, the Get Down on the Ground song, that was popping for like the beginning of the year. But we know him today as a podcaster. But he had a song that I liked, and I didn't know that was him for so many years. Around this time, like I said, I'm going to my guitar lessons, my piano lessons, and my drama lessons. I'm also, what's another thing too is, I'm noticing, like I said, I'm not attracted to a lot of the girls in my class. I don't, looking back at 13, see, I wasn't having crushes on girls on TV anymore. Because Zoe, even though I didn't like her like that anymore after the third season. After 2006, I wasn't obsessed with her anymore. It was really 2005 and 2006. I'm finding out that the show Zoe 101 is going to get canceled because she got pregnant by her boyfriend. And back in the day, see, I saw this on a magazine in the store. That's how you had to find out about gossip and rumors. You saw it on like the front page of a magazine. So I saw her with glasses on and looked like she had like a little baby bump going on. And her boyfriend was 2 years older. I'm thinking her boyfriend's gonna go to jail for rape. But the show was ending. Drake and Josh ended. So iCarly was becoming my favorite show on Nickelodeon. iCarly, and yeah, that was my favorite show actually, because it replaced Drake and Josh. And I'm not really watching SpongeBob like that anymore. If anything, it's mostly reruns. I could tolerate watching reruns, but I'm not watching the new episodes of SpongeBob like that. Because all the shows on Nickelodeon are just real oingo boingo-ish. My mom made that word up. It's not a real word, but this show called The Mighty B, Amy Poehler voiced the character in there. I don't find that funny. I don't find this show Making Fiends. I don't watch that for a second. The Naked Brothers Band was still on, but I watched it only for like the first 3 or 4 episodes. But I never really got into that show because they weren't showing Rosalita on there like that either. What's something else? Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about later how me and my brother played baseball for the very league that we once played for. I believe it was 6 years ago. So the last time I played baseball was 2002. 2008, I'm playing baseball for Fairmount Park Association. So Fairmount Park Basketball Association and Baseball Association. So FBA, yeah. Trying to think of something else. I had some pretty nice shoes. I had Reebok shoes. I had like nice clothes. I had a nice phone with a case too. My mom got me this phone. And anything else? Like I said, Barack Obama is talking about running for president, and I'm hoping that he wins. Because all you hear on TV is America ready for a black president? And everybody is practically, if you saw, let me just tell you this. If they were to do like a documentary on our school and seeing the support we had for Barack Obama, you would laugh today. Everybody there was like literally, I can't even really say on camera. It was just disgusting to see the blind support of this guy strictly because of his race. Because looking back, no one cared about the policies. No one cared about the issues that he was trying to pass. No one understood the issues. The only thing that mattered was when we looked in the mirror, our bubble heads would have the reflection of another bubble head and that bubblehead is Barack Obama. I stole that line from somebody else, but I'm gonna say it again. When Barack Obama ran the first time, the majority of black people did not care about the issues, and even comedians joked about it too. They were saying that I'm just voting because he black. Like you ask, like on the Boondocks, they asked Riley, why you voting for Obama? Because he black. The majority of people don't know the issues. They don't care about the issues. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is when they look in the mirror, their bubble head will have the reflection of another bubble head. So we saw the result of that. He basically told us the year after he got elected, I'm not just the president of the black people. He pimp slapped us, and we fell for it. Well, I didn't vote for that clown. And even when I wasn't able to vote, I told my mom, don't vote for him. And she voted for him 2 times. Even after he endorsed gay marriage that she was against. But that's really big at the time. I'm really into the show Beavis and Butthead. That's like a favorite show of mine. Because my mom, when she got me the Mike Judge collection, I believe, I have the Mike Judge collection, so I have the 3-disc set, and I'm watching episodes, like reruns on my PlayStation 2. You know, I'm eating pretty well. I'm a mixture of like skinny and fat because I got like a little bit of a stomach going on, and I'm not necessarily fat, but I am like chubbyish a little bit. Like I don't have muscle. I just got I had like a stomach going on. But I'm never like starving. Only when I'm going to my mom's though, because it's not like a lot there. And like I said, that was 13. So what's one more thing I could tell you? I'm gonna do another part to this.